feel like 55 times. Boys kicking back, laid in the shade. Ain't nobody tripping.
All right, thanks for joining us at Two Wicked. Today, it's Will as usual.
Ken.
Nadia.
And joining us, we have Dr. Heavenly.
Lovely.
Our beautiful guest. How you doing, Dr. Heavenly?
I'm doing amazing, guys. How are you?
We're good. Thanks for
having me.
joining us. Yes, thanks for coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we wanted to meet with you as a favor. We appreciate you doing that favor for us. We had a few questions to ask you about your campaign.
Anything.
Your campaign. Okay, so first off, what made you want to get into politics?
Period. You know, honestly, just like reality TV, I never thought I would be into politics at all. All I can do to explain it is a calling from God. I actually saw that the big beautiful bill happened. I know I'm a practitioner. I've been practicing been a medical professional for over 2 decades, and I saw that big beautiful bill, and people could not afford their health care, meaning they couldn't afford their treatment, their prescription drugs, or their premiums. So I said, you know what? I have a platform of millions of followers. I have a voice that people can hear. And I said, who would be better than to speak up and speak out for people? And it's something I see every day in my office.
Okay, all right. So it directly affected you.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I can see people every day. And I mean, they are really struggling in my district. They're having a very hard time. I mean, people are literally dying because of this healthcare issue. And I said, you know, me and my husband, we both I went to 2 HBCUs. I went to Florida A&M University, but we went to Meharry Medical College where we learned to serve the underserved. We've been giving back to the community for years. So it's definitely affected us. Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and you brought up the other question I was going to ask. Your husband is also a doctor.
Yes, he is. He's a physician. Yes. Board certified in family medicine and emergency medicine. Yes.
That's what I'm going to ask you. Okay, cool. So we got 2 doctors. What's that like, having 2 doctors in the household?
I think it's amazing. It's a lot of knowledge here. You know, if you get an earache or a toothache, you're taken care of in this household.
Good,
so
right?
it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. In today's, society, couples tend to compete a lot. Right, for everything. It's just how it goes. I was just wondering if you guys ever, compete with you both being 2 smart individuals.
Honestly, we still have a pretty much traditional household. He brings home the money. I make sure everything's done. I might not cook, but I make sure it's done. You know what I mean? I make sure the house is clean and everything like that. So it's pretty traditional in a sense. I'm a dentist, so I set my own hours. When my kids were little, I would actually be home when they went to school, and I'd be home when they got home from school because I could set my own hours. So it's been pretty traditional.
Okay, that's dope. Cool. Yeah. So you had written a book. Was it Dr. Heavenly's Business Prescriptions?
I've written 4 books, but yeah, that's one of them. Dr. Heavenly's Business Prescriptions was a book I wrote about probably 15 years ago about business, because I've actually owned a practice in every county in this district. And I actually made a lot of mistakes, Will. And I actually put my mistakes in there and everything I learned in there. And hopefully to help other people when they're running businesses as well.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely go get that. So tell me about some of those mistakes, though. What do you mean?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, when I got in, I didn't know anything about real estate. When I bought my first commercial property, the roof fell in. But see, the issue was I didn't understand real estate, which I should have financed that property. But because I was trying to get it really quickly, I paid cash and I did not have any insurance, because if I had financed it, they'd have made sure I had insurance. So when the roof fell in, actually, I had to end up, I thought, but I ended up having to pay for it out of pocket, which was kind of something I wasn't expecting. It's been so many mistakes, though, sir. I mean, with insurance, when I first started my practice, I didn't understand insurance. So, I lost a lot of money because I wasn't filing the insurance properly. So many, I could just go forever. I made a lot of mistakes.
Just trial and error.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We didn't learn business in school, and that's unfortunate. We learned how to do great clinical work, but we didn't learn the business part. And actually, I spent hundreds of thousands on my business knowledge that I have now.
Dang. Okay. Well, I'm glad you got in there now, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get some tips. We don't know jack. Right.
Yeah. Once you lose money, you learn that forever. You remember those lessons forever.
Yeah, they sting.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. So with you being in reality TV, and we all know how that goes, and transitioning now into politics, how are you able to balance that? Like, I know, some people, may feel a type of way about you once upon a time being in reality or now being in reality TV and now being in politics. How do you balance that and get people to take you serious?
Oh, absolutely. I've been a dentist actually over 2 decades before I even got to reality TV. The people in this district know me through dentistry, Heavenly Dental Associates and Smiles by Dr. Heavenly. I've owned up to 9 dental practices. I've ran these practices myself, multi-million-dollar businesses. People know me from in this community. They know me from the things that we've done, the give backs. Me and my husband, we've done the free COVID testing. We've done the turkey giveaways. We've done the back to school giveaways. We've given away a lot of stuff in this district. So they know me here outside of reality TV. In fact, they knew me before it and they know me after it as well.
That's what's up.
Nice.
Good.
Are you finding challenges like as you're out campaigning? Are people actually challenging that with you?
Absolutely not. The only challenges I got was on the reality TV show. And I honestly believe that they did not want me to leave. They knew that show wouldn't be successful without me.
Ooh, well,
Yeah, I
say
said
what
it. I sure did.
say it with your chest.
Hey, I've watched the show a little bit, and I definitely say you do make a big statement on the show. So
I mean, I do all my jobs well, Ken. You know, I do dentistry well. I did reality TV well, and I'll be a great congresswoman as well.
For sure.
Would you consider coming on another reality show?
Absolutely not. Mm-mm.
Tell me why wouldn't you? What was it about reality?
I just, that chapter of my life is closed right now. I feel like, I did that. And, I never thought I would do reality TV. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I have no regrets. I actually enjoyed it. But now my community needs me, and I'm going to be a powerful voice for the community.
Yeah, we can see how when we did that event with you out in Atlanta, like those young people were really appreciative and they really respected the fact that you came there, and you could see it, with how they came and spoke to us and things. So it was like, that's real. They look at you as being real with them because
we were in the hood. We were in the hood, guys. Most of the people in Congress will not get into the trenches with the people. Those little guys there were asking how do they register to vote, which I thought was very powerful. People don't come down and talk to them, and they need to because those the people down there are struggling. They need representation.
Really effective.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So for those of the people who have not watched the show and don't know you, like myself, I've never watched the show. What would you want them to know about you?
My name is Dr. Heavenly Kimes. Like I say all the time, I'm a little girl that grew up in a room with no windows, but I had a vision. A vision that if I worked hard, I could do or be anything I wanted to. My mama told me I could. So I graduated from high school with honors, got a scholarship to Florida A&M University. I also went to Meharry Medical College, 2 HBCUs. And that's where I learned to serve the underserved. And that's where I met my husband as well. I actually gave my husband 3 babies. We actually had 3 kids. But while we were in school, we got pregnant, And a lot of people don't realize I used government assistance. I got the WIC, I got the food stamps. And, early on in childhood, I was on a Title I, but I don't consider it a handout. It was a lift up because without those programs, I may not have been here today. And I want people to know that's why it instills in my heart so much that people have those programs that they're trying to take away. I don't know if y'all know what's going on in Georgia, but they're taking away the SNAP benefits. They're trying to re-gerrymander the map so Black representation and our voices are not there. And I'm a person that speaks up and speaks out for the things I feel passionate about, whether it's reality TV or politics. I'm a person that is not afraid, unbought, unbossed. And honestly, when I look at the ticket, I feel like nobody's better to do this job than me. And if not me, who?
Yeah. When we did the that ad for you, there was a lot of people in the comments that you could tell that they just didn't have a lot of knowledge anything about the politics, but they were all coming at you like personally down there and saying, like, why would I vote for her? She's mean. And things like that. What would be a comeback for you? What would you tell these people?
I think that when you're on reality TV, I have to tell you, you know this, Ken, that it's 10 times you, and I've always spoke up for the things I felt important about in family. When anybody talks about your family or anything, I'm not afraid to speak up and speak out. And once you're typecasted on those shows, that's who you are. I'm not saying that that everything I did was right. But what I'm saying to you is right now, people need a voice, somebody not afraid to speak up and speak out for their people. Honestly, I feel like if they do say something negative, they don't understand what's going on in our district and in the United States of America when it comes to their attacking us as a community, meaning African American women have lost over 600,000 jobs. It used to be 300,000, but the Black men never had the jobs to begin with. They're actually taking away Title I. They're taking away all kind of benefits that benefit us. They say it's DEI, but the white woman actually benefited the most from DEI. And a lot of people tell me, Heavenly, you sound like you're for a certain person, like, you're for African Americans. And I'll tell you, it's not about black and white. It's not about left and right, Democrat, Republican. It's about top and bottom. And I always look at different instances like I do in dentistry. There's 32 teeth, but right now our people are hurting. This back tooth there is hurting, and we have to actually pay attention and actually do something about it.
You brought up the redistricting. You said gerrymandering. A lot of people don't understand what that is. Can you explain that to us?
Absolutely. The gerrymandering is a way that they used to change. They changed the maps, but used to be a time congressionally they would only change their maps every 10 years. Right now, if you're paying attention, Republicans are changing the maps at will. There are certain districts, for example, the district I am in, District 13 in Georgia, that's predominantly Black, African American, meaning 71% of the population is African American, and 80% of the district is Democratic, meaning those are safe Democratic seats in Congress, in the House of Representatives. Now what they're trying to do is gerrymander and take away these definite Black seats so we don't have as much representation and our voice is being taken away from speaking things into Congress. The purpose of Congress is to be the voice of the people. And I think people lost sight of that and they don't understand what that is because they don't ever see their congressmen or women. They didn't know what their positions were. And I'm here to bring it back to let people know that, the Congress people work for you and they're supposed to be your representation. So when I go into town halls, it's not about what I think, it's about what the people think. And honestly, the job is not too hard. All you have to do is understand what the job is. The people will tell you what their issues are. And a lot of times they'll give you the solutions as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I appreciate that. That's pretty good. That's a good explanation.
Right. Yes. I was going to say, I like the fact that you have been in reality TV because I feel like you're tapping into an audience that typically is not looking at politics. And so maybe now they're kind of seeing what you're talking about. And
now you got it, Nadia. You got it. You got it. That's my whole purpose, to make sure our people pay attention. This is an audience that does not pay attention to reality, to politics, but they need to. In our district, only 11% of the population votes. 11% in a primary. You know why they don't vote? Because they didn't even know to vote, right? And the primary is where you determine the Democratic or Republican candidate, right? And if it's a district like mine, because it's 80% Democratic, when I win in May, I've won in November, so I'm the candidate. And a lot of people just vote in November, not knowing or even trying to vote in May. But I'm here to end all that. I feel like, we got millions of followers, people like Ken and Will and Nadia, we got to keep the word out. And that's why I do all of these vlogs. I've been on probably 67 small blogs, some large. I mean, I've been on Candy, she got millions of followers. I've been on Carlos King. I've been on Jamal Bryant and such, but I'm going to every blog to put out the word to let our people know that we need to vote, we need a voice, and we have to vote, and we have to show up for our people.
Yeah, this is the time right now. They're doing a lot of crazy stuff.
A lot of underhanded stuff, and a lot of people are not paying attention. And they caught up on reality TV. I do all my jobs well. I'm gonna tell you, I'm golden at dentistry. I do a beautiful smile. Look at my teeth. I do golden at reality TV. Y'all were very well entertained, but now it's another job that I'm called to do, and that's to be the congressperson. And I'll be making history as the first Black female dentist congresswoman in the nation.
Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Sure.
If we don't have representation, that means we don't have to pay taxes anymore, though, right?
Excuse me?
I said, if we don't have representations, that means you no longer have to pay taxes, right?
You should pay taxes, but you're going to have to pay taxes. Yes, sir. Ain't nothing guaranteed, but you being Black and paying taxes. Yes, you're going to have to pay taxes.
So I got a question. So my mom at one point in time, she worked for the city of Huntsville with the Huntsville Housing Authority, and she worked in the low income areas and stuff like that. And the one thing that I noticed that there were some programs put in place, but they wouldn't really enforced. So are you going, once you're elected, are you going to create programs for these people to, you know, have better resources when it comes to like becoming certified in different things? Understanding that like SNAP and WIC and all these are just stepping stones. They're not something that you live off for the rest of your life, and create other resources for them to go look forward to.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of those programs are state level programs. You know, your president right now actually dismantled the Department of Education. So it's supposed to be at a state level, but absolutely at a congressional level. That's what Congress does. It's in charge of the purse, meaning the people in Congress can get federal funds. Our federal dollars go to Washington, D.C. And what I will do in Congress is make sure that money comes back to our district to work for them. Yes, we will have all kind of programs. Now, mind you, on the state level is the education level. You know, they're supposed to pay for the schooling, but it's underfunded. In the state of Georgia, I went to a meeting. They're actually bragging about them having surplus of over $61 million, while our schools are underfunded, while our children are not eating enough on Title I, and they're trying to end SNAP benefits. And they have money for endless wars, right? Because when they cut the SNAP benefits in the state of Georgia, and when they cut the ACA on that big, beautiful bill, 350,000 people lost their medical insurance, right? It's almost like they don't know, they don't show, or they don't care because they have the money. If you can grab $2 billion a day for a war that we didn't even need to fight, then they had money for these kids to eat. And that's the problem right there. People are not paying attention, and they need somebody that's going to speak up. I'm not from politics at all. I'm not bought. I'm unbossed. And you see, but I feel like Washington has enough politicians. They're all, you know, most of them are bought, you know, and they're not even using their word. They're just doing the status quo. It's time to end to end that, you know, and that's why I'm running. No other reason.
Good stuff. I was just going to say that because you don't know what you don't know, right? So
absolutely,
when you do get in, what's going to keep you from getting caught up in that wave? Because if all the politicians that are bought are waving this way, and your idea is going that way, it's easy to get caught in that current.
Right.
Absolutely, it is. It absolutely is. But my thing is my vision and my focus, and it comes from not man, it comes from God. The only reason I'm here is because I've been called to do this, right? So I have to keep focused. I understand the power of God. I understand when he calls you to do something and you do not go straight up, do it straight and do what he asks you to do. He can take everything you got away from you. I know the power of the Lord Jesus Christ, so I'm afraid of him and no man. I feel like I'm called to do this. I'm the best person for the job. I'll speak up and speak out for the people. I understand business like none other because I've owned several businesses within this community. In fact, I've had a business in every county in this community. I understand insurance because I'm a doctor. I understand insurance and I understand people because I understand both sides of the coin. I actually came from the free lunch, but I understand the solution as well, being a business owner. So small business and understanding the people is what we need. I mean, I've had people like Mama D on my team, and I've had people like Ben Crump. Fonnie Willis has endorsed me. Those people know me. They know my power. They understand how I'm going to do it. They understand I'm very bright. They understand I understand what this is, and they know that I'm not afraid to speak up and speak out for our people.
I see, man. Yeah, I'm on both. Right. I'm sold. Listen.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, when people mention that reality TV, if they saw me on reality TV, when I meet them, that's why I've been in these streets so hard. And that's why I'm doing all these vlogs, because you have to dispel a notion. When people actually hear me speak, I've got them 100%. 100%. Because they know I know what I'm talking about. And they understand that I know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to do this job better than anybody ever could.
Right. Yes. And I believe you have to separate that heavenly married to medicine to politician. Like they have to separate it because you know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is they ain't got no choice. They have nothing else. They have people that are politics as usual that are bought. You realize this kid, they put $3 million in this race to beat me, and they still can't beat me. You know what I'm saying? Because I have what we call a voice. For example, I get what we call earned media, meaning when our representative, and I know you probably don't know this, guys, when I started the race, I'm using my spiritual mind, not my carnal mind, right? Had I known what this was, I probably, if I used my carnal mind, I would have never run because I didn't understand the power of being an incumbent in office. Meaning that when you have somebody that's already in office, it's almost guaranteed 94 to 96% that they're going to stay in office because I didn't realize Won't nobody mess with you. They won't give you no money. They won't endorse you. If you're not in office, they won't even. I'm talking about big corporations, right? You go to people, I'm just name, I can name a lot of them, but they say, oh, is there incumbent in office? Oh, no, we can't donate to your campaign. And the people in Georgia 13 ain't got the money. So how can I ask them? I mean, it's something. But what happened was, and it's unfortunate, the incumbent passed away after we qualified, passed away. Now this is an open seat, right?
Wow.
And you have to have connections and things like that. But my whole thing is, when they gave the female millions of dollars to run against me, to come up against me, I get what we call earned media, meaning I get on places like Wicked Podcast, I get on places like Candy, that millions of people can hear my voice. I just did ABC News Nightline. They're not asking all these people to do this. I'm on all the radio stations, everything. They do not have the access. So you need probably about 10 more to beat me, 10 more million. Keep it coming.
Hey, let's go. I get it. I like
Because
that.
when people hear me, they vote for me. If they got any common sense in the world, the only people that say negative things is because they don't know. And I
Yeah.
understand it. They watch the show, Nadia. If you watch the show, you might say, nah, I ain't gonna vote for. But when you look at that ticket and you look at what politics is and how I'm trying to use a good political word, but how many lies are out there, and how people are just doing
Yeah.
politics as usual? You'll be like, Heavenly
Yeah.
is a savior. Listen, this is a
Right.
breath of fresh air that you got somebody out here that's not here for a title, that's unbought, that's unbossed, that it can actually speak the
Mhm.
mind of the people.
Yeah, like you said, what's your other option?
Right.
Right.
Because
You don't have any. There's 6 other people on the ticket, but it's all the same.
Yeah, right. They're all for the same.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
That's cool. So how can people
Indeed.
still now support you, even if they're not in Georgia? What
Oh,
can
yeah,
they be doing?
absolutely. I don't really ask people for money because right now I know a lot of people are struggling, but if you can donate to the campaign, that will help. But my thing is this. I need people to share my stuff. When you see my stuff on social media, you comment, you like, you share it. You never know who. And everything's exponential, meaning that I might have 1.3 million followers on Instagram, but if you got 5,000 followers and that goes to your 5,000, they may be people that I cannot reach. So I'm asking people to share my stuff, like my stuff. Make sure that you speak up and speak out when you see something wrong, and don't be afraid. A lot of people are just scared, and I'm not understanding why, because I'm only afraid of one God. That's it. Meaning that, and people tell me, Heavenly, you got a nice cosmetic dentist practice. Your husband is a physician. You made really good on reality TV. Why get into politics? You have to almost be crazy. Yeah, I got to be crazy, but I was called to do this, and I feel like ain't nobody else on that ticket can do it like I can. Nadia, Will, they can't do it like me.
Question. So what was that initial conversation with your husband like when you told him this was something that you were planning on doing? Like,
Absolutely. We are very spiritual people, right? So before I did anything, I fasted and prayed, right? And I actually dealt with my husband. Actually, my husband was the one that woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and said, baby, we got to do this. We got to do this, because he's standing behind me. If you watch on my social, he's right there with me. I know a lot of times it's difficult for a Black woman to get through a Black man. You know what I'm saying? But if I got a Black man standing with me, a lot of Black men will listen. And he's been instrumental and very supportive to my campaign all the way through.
that's what's up.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So
Good
we do
stuff.
this together. It ain't just me, honestly. I mean, it's my name, but it's us. And he's very knowledgeable. Y'all think I know something? Daddy know a whole lot more.
That's good. That's cool to acknowledge. You said you had a business in every county there.
Yes.
You keep saying a business. You're not saying dental
No,
businesses or
I
dentistry.
had dental practice. I had real estate businesses, but I actually had a dental practice in every county of this district. So I've had several different types of businesses, but definitely
Okay.
dentistry, and that's where the people remember me. Like when I'm out there waving, they be like, Dr. Heavenly, you gave a scholarship to my daughter when she wanted to go to school, and the people remember. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah,
things that I
yeah.
don't even remember I did. They remember.
Yeah.
I've been in this community. This is not just my community. This is not just my patients. At this point, these people are my family. I know these folks, not just
Right.
from reality TV, but from working here.
Wow. Yeah, you actually put down the groundwork
Yes.
on
Yes.
foot.
Mhm.
That's what's up.
Mhm.
We commend it.
Mhm.
For sure. I definitely.
You make any more questions?
I thought she covered.
I think she got it all. You came prepared.
Yeah.
One good thing about like somebody like her, like as a person, I like to see confidence.
Yeah.
And one way I gain confidence is you being fluent
and knowledgeable.
And knowledgeable what you talk about. And if I can sense that from you, then it's like I'm sold. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. And a lot of
yeah.
people compare me with a lot of different people that are in politics or were in politics. I ain't like nobody y'all ever seen before. I'm Dr. Heavenly. I'm not anybody else. I'm not coming with chaos. I'm coming to get shit done. You understand what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
understand how this works. I understand the power of the minutia of working around and working with people. And it ain't about Democratic or Republican because a lot of times you can't get things done without doing both sides and making sure you. But my bottom line, my whole purpose of doing this is to bring back resources to our community the way that we need to do it.
Yeah, we need it because they're focused on taking them away. So we got to combat it.
Absolutely.
All right. All right. Was there any questions you have for us?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay. Well, that is it. I think we're going to wrap it up. Thank you,
All
Dr.
right.
Heavenly, for joining us. Before I let you go, let the people know where they can donate if they can donate and where to go. I think you got a website to go vote and things and register, things like that.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys follow me at drheavenlyforgeorgia.com. I'm on all social media platforms at dr_heavenly or Dr. Heavenly for Georgia. Our early voting is actually going on right now. The last day of early voting is this Friday, the 15th, and the voting date is the 19th. It's important that you utilize your voice by voting. Make sure you get up, get out and vote. And I'm asking for your vote for Congress District 13.
All right. Thanks, Dr. Evan. We
Thank you
appreciate you.
guys for your time.
Appreciate
Thank
you so
you so
much.
much.
Thanks.
I appreciate
All
you.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Over Dr. Heavenly.
Line it up, 10 clip coats to make it shine. Make me circle through the Ville like 55 times. Boys kicking back, laid in the shade.